Are Mondays your worst enemy? Welcome to Strong for Life Live. This is Coach Josh Wood down here in Hobart, Tasmania. And it's not Monday, it's Tuesday. And it's not our normal time, so I apologize for those of you hoping to tune in for the 2 o'clock live stream. But life has been getting in the way lately, and I've had to do an impromptu live. So I apologize, but hey, I hope you catch this on the podcast. So if you are catching this on the podcast, please take a moment to subscribe to whatever way you're listening to it, to like, rate, review, leave some thumbs up, give me some questions, let's have a chat, start a conversation. And of course, you can always catch us on Spotify, on Apple, on Amazon Music, all the big names, and within the Become Strong for Life Facebook group. Now, quick announcement, I am going to be going on paternity leave from tomorrow. So I will take 2 weeks in which I will be doing minimal work to focus on time with my family. Because, hey, what more could you need? Now, as always, this is the podcast for busy parents and professionals, people who are time poor, people like me and most of you listening who just need a short hit of common sense advice on how to just get a little bit more out of your health and fitness. And you know what? I like to keep these short. I like to keep them simple. We don't all have time to listen to a 3-hour podcast with the latest expert. So tune in for a couple minutes, get what you need, tune out. But as always, please share it with someone else who needs to hear it. So aside from paternity leave and my, relative silence for 2 weeks while I focus on spending time with the new baby that is going to be arriving very shortly, I also want to announce that there are some new team members coming on board. We'll have one new assistant coach, and there will be a general assistant who will be joining the team, who you'll see more of in and around the socials on either Coach Josh Wood socials or Strong for Life online coaching, as well as within the Facebook group. Because, hey, more the merrier, right? More people telling their stories, more people answering questions. Great to have. So just keep your eyes open. They'll start popping up in the next couple weeks. Yeah, within the month, basically. Now, let me just do a quick check to see if anybody is on the live stream. Okay, we got some viewers there. Just want to make sure I don't miss out on any questions that might be coming through. All right, let's get into today's topic. So I just want to, I kind of had a little brain dump yesterday about this. Monday mornings is when I go through all the check-ins with my clients. So the people who are working with me and my coaches through the Strong for Life online coaching. Every Monday is check-in day. So it's the first thing I do during the week, first thing the coaches do. We check in on all the check-ins. The clients all have a questionnaire they do over the weekend where we kind of catch up on things like, how your nutrition has been, how your sleep has been, training questions, wins, challenges, but also what are you grateful for? We go through practicing gratitude and just reinforcing good mindset around our training, what we're trying to accomplish. And so every Monday morning I get up and I start working through those, and it's the backlog from the weekend, because I do try to take weekends off, and I recommend that everybody else on the team does too, because we need time for our families and for rest and rejuvenation. So on Mondays, it's an interesting thing. I was going through check-ins yesterday, and I noticed a difference between people who do their check-ins and people who don't. I noticed a difference between people who are trying to do things on their own and those who are working with us or any other professional. But the key is the check-in on the Monday is an opportunity. It's a training journal for the clients, but it's also something you could do on your own. It's setting intention. It's going over, reviewing what you did well, what you need to work on from last week, and setting yourself up for success. So often Monday is the bane of existence. People have a case of the Mondays, feeling a bit bummed, and oh my God, the weekend's over, now I have to go to work. But Mondays should be your greatest strength. You should go into a Monday, either from the night before, planning it out, or early in the morning when you get up. It should be the time that you are setting yourself up for what you want from the week, as opposed to lamenting having to start another week. If you are moaning and groaning every week about having to do something on Monday, You need to reassess. You need to look at what's going on in your life and why Mondays are so painful for you. That's not good. That's not healthy. You can't do that your whole life and feel good about your life. So we need to take Mondays and use them as a tool for success. Look at the opportunities you have available to you. Create opportunities. That's really the thing. So much of life is creating opportunities and then capitalizing on them. And so what I do with check-ins, and you can do these on your own, like I said, do check-ins for yourself. Each week, you can do the exact same check-in that I go over with my clients. It's great for accountability. If you can keep yourself accountable by keeping a training journal or a life journal that allows you to go through these things, great. If you need some help, hit me up. Let's chat. Use the Facebook group. That's what it's there for. It's for accountability within the community. And that's a free resource. But the first thing we look at is, on a scale from 1 to 10, how was your week? It's not a trick question. It's a subjective question. It's about how do you feel your week went? And it's interesting because some people just give it a straight number. 7 out of 10. That's pretty good. That's a pretty good week. Some people like to break it up. Oh, workouts were an 8. Great workouts this week, but life was a 3. It's like, okay, interesting. Some people like to ignore the question because they're not sure really how the week went. But I encourage you to take the time to actually write a number down. My interest as a coach is actually not in the workouts. How did your life go during the week? Because that affects everything. A lot of people go, life was shit, workouts were great. It's like, okay, all right, we know that the training is bringing value to your life. We know that you're feeling better, looking better, performing better, whatever our metric is. But I want to know how everything is going in your mind, because it doesn't matter what I see. I can add some context and be like, well, I'm seeing this, I'm seeing that your sleep's improving, and I'm seeing that you're eating well and you're recovering well, performing well. That's awesome. Surely that's got to feel good. But you have to decide what is and isn't good or good enough. So start off there. Just a general overview. 1 to 10. 10 being the best week you've ever had in your life. How good was your week in your opinion? Not anyone else's. Because what's important to you isn't going to be what's important to everyone else. The next thing I like to look at is wins and challenges. And again, use this template. Put it in a journal, put it on a piece of paper, go through it once a week. But actually look at what your wins are. And I like to look at wins first. What was successful this week? Oh, I improved my quality of sleep. I got to bed earlier. I had more time with the kids. I went for a walk and it was awesome. What were the wins? Anything. And then, what were the challenges? And when I look at challenges, I'm not so much interested in what did I not succeed at. That's important too. What do we need to work on? But that's later. The challenges are, what was difficult? And then how did you manage that? I had a really hard time getting extra sleep because my kids weren't sleeping so well. Because I was really sore, because I had a lot going on at work and it's been playing on my mind. Okay, that's a challenge. And then we address, well, how do we manage that? Because if you don't have challenges in life, you're probably not doing much with your life. Sorry, might be a bit mean. But you need challenges. You have to have challenges. Maybe your challenge is finding things challenging enough to make you work harder, to make you succeed in something. So we do wins, we do challenges. Then we look at things like sleep. How has your sleep been this week? Because sleep is so foundational to your health and wellness. Everything else really depends on how much and how quality your sleep is. After sleep, we look at things like nutrition. It's a big part of what my clients are looking at because, well, aside from sleep, your whole body is made up of what you eat. You are what you eat. And if you're eating well and it's fueling the activities you want to do in your life, you tend to do well. And so sleep is first and then nutrition. And we look at then what do we need to work on there? How did you do? A lot of my clients track. Some of them do food journals. Some of them do it through MyFitnessPal, and that syncs up with the coaching program we use. which is very useful. We need to see numbers sometimes. But look at your sleep, look at your food, and then look at things like how well did I adhere to my goals? How well did I move in the direction of those goals? An important question, because it first implies that you have goals. And the second question after this is, what are you going to do better this week? Or what are you going to do better next week? And that's what plays into this question. So from the week prior, they'd say, this week I'm really going to dial in my sleep. I've been staying up too late watching insert Netflix show. And then the following week we say, well, how did you do with your goals this week? And we go, okay, well, this week my goals were to go to sleep earlier, and I either did well or did not. There's no beating around the bush. You either did or did not. Stick to your goals. Did or did not do well in relation to what you set out as important for this coming week. And then you follow that up with, okay, what am I going to do better this week? And some clients get a little bit, give a little bit of pushback there, because they're like, well, I did everything great. It's like, well, okay, what could you do better? There's always something you can do better. Always. Always. No way around that. And then that sets you up for your follow-up for the next week. And then we go into, what are you grateful for? Gratitude, I've talked about this so much. Gratitude, daily, even weekly, but the more often you practice gratitude, the more positivity you have in your life. And I love hearing these answers. And I have some clients who will actually do daily gratitude check-ins. What 3 things are you grateful for today? But the weekly ones are powerful. And people will say things like, well, I'm really grateful for the body that I have built. I'm really grateful for the habits that have kept me on track, feeling good, performing well during this really stressful work week. And then some of the stuff is really just wholesome. I'm really grateful for my family. I'm grateful for friends. I'm grateful for the sun. I'm grateful that I have the opportunity to have good food in my life, to have a good social circle, to have read a great book. But practicing gratitude helps give context to everything else we do. Also, along with doing difficult things, giving context to other things, I think this might be the natural opposite to that. Do difficult things to contextualize your life and give you an understanding of what real challenge is, and then be grateful for the things that happen in your life, the good things, the challenges you overcome, the goals you achieve, the sunlight and the flowers, all that. Practice gratitude. And then the last thing I always ask is, what more can I do for you? And if you're doing this for yourself, ask yourself the question, what more do I need to give myself to achieve what I want to achieve? If you're giving this to someone who's going to keep you accountable, like your coach, the coach should be asking on a regular basis, what more do you need? What more do you need to get where you want to be, to succeed at what you want to succeed in? And a lot of people, by the time they get to the end of this check-in, they go, well, it's not really much. Now I kind of know where I'm at, and I know what I need to work on. I know where my challenges were. And there's not much that they need extra from me other than the structure and accountability and things like that. But sometimes it's like, I need more reminders to be grateful. I need more reminders to get to bed early. Can you put a food journal in my program so I can track this better? Whatever it is, there's no right or wrong answers, but having these systematic and consistent check-in systems help keep you on track. And so, like I said in the beginning, are Mondays your worst enemy? Because if they are, you can change that. If you're always lamenting and moaning and groaning about Mondays, that's a you thing. Fix it. In creating a consistent check-in system can help you leverage Mondays to your advantage, which is what you should do. So do that. That's your thing this week. This week, I want you to create some sort of regular check-in system, a journaling system, an accountability system where you look at how overall your week went, what your wins were. Wins first, then challenges. Looking at things like sleep and nutrition. I think I forgot to mention it there, but also looking at your workouts and training, because this is specific to my clients. But whatever goals you're working on, how did you go with your latest art project that you're working on. Say you're into music or in a band. How is that latest project going? Whatever that main check-in is. If you're not training regularly, sleep, nutrition, and then your passion projects are great things to look into. If you're not doing some sort of resistance training, though, I want a 1,500-word essay explaining why you think you don't need to do that. You can put that on my desk in the morning. But go through what major projects you're working on. Then, what can you do better next week? Or how you went with your goals. And then what you can do better next week. And then what you're grateful for. And then, where do you need more help? If it's not for your coach, just put it in there anyway. Where do you need more help? And then find that. There's so many free resources. Whether it's friends or family, or whether it's free resources online, or leveraging the power of community through the Become Strong for Life Facebook group, which you should join. All these things add a lot of value. And then at the very end, because this is, again, the system I use with the clients that we work with at Strong for Life Online Coaching, there's a reminder that you should share your journey. Social media, friends, family, whatever. And we talked about this in the last couple of weeks. Share your journey, because you become the inspiration and you become the dependable point of reference for other people. If you are working on an art project, if you're working on a musical project, if you're working on home improvements, whatever your project is, if it's not your body, if it's not your strength and your capacity there, sharing the progress and process you're going through for whatever that project is gives people a reference point to look at and go, oh, I could use something from this. I could borrow from this. I could learn from this. Or maybe I just want to follow along and see how it goes and lend my support. But share what you're going through, share what you're working on. Not only is it good for you, because it helps you stay accountable and see what this process is like and learn from your own systems, but sharing progress, being proud of what you're accomplishing, even if it's little things, it's still a great thing. So share that. Always think about sharing. And that's my check-in system. And that's how you can leverage your Mondays. Do this on a Sunday night. Do this on a Monday morning. Get yourself set up. Look at what your last week was. Go through the process. And then you start succeeding. And then you start leveraging what was otherwise the bane of your existence, the bane of your work week. And you leverage it to a system of accomplishment. And that's what I've been thinking about lately. So, folks, give it a try. Let me know what you think. If you got some other things you want to add in there, if you got some things that you think shouldn't be in there, I want to know about that too. So give me your feedback, give me your questions, and hopefully I'll see some of you sharing this process out on the great wild internet. And I think that's it for this week. So folks, as I mentioned, I will probably not be doing this for the next couple of weeks while I focus on baby and family. If you're in the Facebook group, I will share a photo of new baby soon. Well, good chatting. Nice to see you. And as always, just keep working on whatever brings you joy in life, and let's get strong for life. We'll see you soon. Oh, these are cool. to do it. Mondays, your Are Mondays your worst enemy? Welcome to Strong for Life Live. This is Coach Josh Wood down here in Hobart, Tasmania. Are Mondays your worst enemy?